Hey guys, NoZoupForYou here, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of things here. I'm going to talk about the Yorck. That's the gameplay that you see right now. I'm also going to talk a little bit about ranked gameplay now that the season's in. So, coming at you raw and unfiltered, I'm just going to talk, let you know what's on my mind. So if I sound like a jackass, that's why. I am not scripted right now. So, as you can see, I'm playing the Yorck in a ranked match, and I actually liked the Yorck this season. Last season, the Yorck really was not a preferable choice. One of the reasons for that is a Tier 7 cruiser against Tier 8 cruisers and battleships is not really a good choice for anyone. But I think now in this season of ranked that has just ended with 7 being the cap, the Yorck has kind of found its home. And it's not really a bad cruiser at all. I actually really enjoyed the Yorck throughout the course of my tenure in it. I did fairly good in it. I had a pretty good win rate. So the Yorck, in my opinion, is a very underrated cruiser. It just found its place this season, and it's got some really good attributes that help it out. We've got a pretty good fire chance. You can see I've already set some right now. On top of that, you've got some really good guns. The Yorck is really kind of a small battleship in many ways. It very much reminds me of a pocket battleship, though it's not. The HE, I usually just stick running HE because it does fairly good damage. You get some pretty good damage rolls on it. So right now I'm just kind of aiming at this this Warspite here, and right off the bat right there I've got 2 fires set on it. So the Yorck, though, I really don't like rushing in with it. I kind of like to keep my distance, and again, that's because of the armor, and there's another fire right there. Look at that, just fire starter. Your armor is not that great on the Yorck. Again, kind of like the rest of the German cruisers, you got to be careful, you got to be on your toes. Not as stout as some of the other cruisers, but your range is great, your arc on your guns is great, your velocity is great. I mean, it's just a really good gunboat. So already I've kind of turned this Warspite away. We've captured 1 control point already, and the team is just kind of working on this. I'm turning around and doubling back, though, because I see that one of my teammates is kind of in trouble. Got a Colorado over here being chased down. So what I want to do is just get in here and kind of divert this cruiser's attention away from my battleship to try and help him escape, to try and help him evade. So I said I was going to talk about ranked a little bit, and really this season of ranked for me was not that enjoyable. Generally, I consider myself a casual ranked player, and one of the reasons for that is I just don't have the time to put in a lot of ranked games. I think many people have calculated that if you really want to get to rank 1, you're going to have to put in at least 2, maybe even 300 games, and that's if you're an average player. I consider myself slightly above average, right around that 60% win rate, so that's pretty good. I consider myself above average. So going off of that with a 60% win rank and ranked win rate, excuse me, I just don't have the time to do that. I'd have to put in multiple days worth of gameplay, and I just don't have the time being a professional working adult. So I think that is the biggest problem with ranked right now. It rewards players. It really just rewards players for playing as much as they can. Anyone can get to rank 1 if they have enough time. I think there was an individual who made it there with a 47% win rank. So in rank, persistence pays off, and we've known this. Yeah, at this point right here in the game, I pretty much gave up on that battleship. He was a lost cause. Threw some torps out there to try and divert the Miyoko, and now I have come across a cruiser right now that I am just going to try and take care of right now. Set him on fire. Again, like I said, HE, I love using HE in the Yorck. I use it a lot more than AP, though the AP is really good once ships get in range, and you'll see here in a little bit that I'll switch to that. We've still got that cap on lockdown, so I am just kind of staying in the back, playing interference for the ships. We've got the enemy battleships that are swinging around that far west side of the map, so I know they're coming, and I'm going to play interference. But right now I'm just focusing on this cruiser. So back to ranked gameplay, though. Persistence pays off. If you put in the time, you will get to rank 1, but not every player can do that, and I think that's unfortunate. I think everybody should at least have a shot at rank 1, and there's a couple ways to do that. And one of my biggest gripes about rank this year, and just kind of putting it out there, I only got to 10, and that's probably about my average for ranked gameplay seasons. I think I got down to 7 one year, and again, time being the biggest factor. But I think the way to help players out enough, or a lot, is to add more irrevocable ranks in the game. This current season, more than the others, just seemed way too grindy. I had trouble gaining traction, and I know a lot of the other contributors that I talked to did as well. Little White Mouse, who I respect a lot, she, I think, quit around rank 4. It just got to the point where you come across players that aren't doing what they need to be doing, and it adds a lot of frustration. And especially in those lower ranks, there's not enough irrevocable ranks. There are none. So you've got to win 5 games in a row to rank up, and it just takes forever. So I think that's one of the, watch my dumb self beach myself right here. But fortunately, this doesn't come in a hurt. This game, you're watching some really average to below average aiming on my part. I think I'd just come off a little time off in vacation, so I was just trying to get back into the swing of things, but still the round worked out for me thanks to some fire damage. But at any rate, yeah, more irrevocable ranks would have really helped this ranked season. It was just way too grindy. I think another thing that kind of annoyed me about this season also was the introduction of the ability to keep the star. And personally, I kind of enjoyed it myself, because most of the times that we lost, I would keep my star, whether in the Yorck or the Nagato, which was my other go-to ship. I'd say out of the lost rounds that I played in, I probably kept my star at least 75% of the time. So, yeah, you would think I would like that a lot, but no, I really don't, because honestly, really what it did, it created a situation where players, and there's that fire again, I just absolutely love the fire that the Yorck can cause. Again, HE on the Yorck is really good and ranked and against battleships. It's really good. I'm going to find myself in a little bit of a situation here, because this enemy team's shortly about to have three ships left. The destroyer is about to get sunk, and they're going to take care of this other one, and I'm going to get wedged between these 2 battleships and their remaining enemy cruiser. So anyhow, back to the situation with the stars. I mean, in concept it was really good, but unfortunately it created just kind of a toxic atmosphere where I think players would give up too early and just start playing for themselves. Not really being a team player. They're playing not to win so much as they were playing to keep that star, which that's not a really good way to promote teamwork. And I think overall gameplay suffered on account of that. Of course, you know, as every season of ranked, you've got players in there that are just not ready for ranked. They get that first level tier 6 ship in there, and they jump right in. With their unupgraded New Mexico or whatever, and they just really don't stand a chance. And once you lose a ship in ranked, it's over. I mean, your team can still salvage a win, and you see right here what I was talking about. I'm kind of sandwiched between a cruiser and 2 battleships, the only 3 remaining ships in the game, and we've got 2, so I kind of had to double back here because of the threat to this cap right here that we're trying to keep, and those battleships just kept pushing along the corner. So right now it's 3 on 2, and it's really working out to be a very, very close game. So I'm just kind of creeping along here because I'm worried that he's going to fire his torps at me. And if he does that, I'm out of the game, obviously, and that's not going to be good. So I've also got those 2 battleships firing at me. So back to ranked. Yeah, those are the fixes I think would help it a lot. More irrevocable ranks so that you can move up and grind quicker. And on top of that, I really think that they need to eliminate the star for the MVP of the losing team. I mean, in concept, I really liked it because it helped me out, but the type of gameplay that it encouraged, I just didn't agree with. I didn't like it. So, and maybe for the lower ranks, you know, 1 through 10, maybe look at that again, and instead of, you know, 5 wins, bump it down to 4 and even 3 for some of the different rank levels, just to make it a little easier. So I'm firing these torps at this cruiser right now. I'm going to switch to AP because I know he's creeping around. So really, this is kind of where the game is make or break right now, and I've got him dead to rights. I don't know why he's not worried about me, so I get my Citadel on him right now, and I just couldn't finish him off, and that's the thing about the Yorck. You can get good Citadels, but the Citadels aren't as powerful on the hits as your U.S. cruisers, in my opinion, and this is going to finish him off. And I need to boot scoot on to the other cap. There's a nice little high caliber right there. So pretty decent round in this Yorck, this go around. Again, I absolutely love the Yorck in ranked, and it just really, it's an overlooked ship in my opinion. It's come a long way from how it used to be. It used to be a very poor ship. So I'm trying to get over here to help the remaining battleship. I am very low on hit points, so I set that Warspite on fire. I'm just desperately trying to help out, praying that they're going after the battleship and not myself, and I know they are. So really, I'm using the friendly battleship to tank damage. I'm going to head over there slowly, try and help him cap. Time is slowly running out, so my hope right now is that time does run out so we can win. There's another fire on the Warspite, and that Arizona, the problem is he is full health right now. Both me and my ally right now, we are very low health, so I'm just going to keep firing away the superstructure on this Warspite, try and keep him lit with fires. I had a lot of fires this game, more so than normal. I mean, this is even more than I usually have in a Kutuzov, so again, the Yorck has a lot of potential, and there we go. There's 1 ship left, but the problem, as you can see, is this Arizona is almost full health, and we are just hanging on by an absolute thread right now. So I'm going to turn in towards this Arizona and hope he sees him as the bigger threat and not me, to kind of help keep myself alive here. So I'm still getting fired at, but I think I'm at the outer edge of the Arizona's range, and you know, I'd played with this this Arizona before, so I kind of knew what to expect. I think had I been playing a more, I don't want to say competent player, but a more well-seasoned veteran player, I'd probably be dead already. Probably would have been dead a long time ago when I grounded myself the first time. And notice I say the first time, it's going to happen again here in a second, and it almost costed us the round. But I got very lucky. Very, very, very lucky. So again, Yorck, great ship for ranked. That's the last thing about ranked that I do want to mention. Tiers. Should have gone up to tier 8, and honestly, I think it should be 1 tier only. So, you know, when you get to rank 10 and below, it's tier, or 1 tier only, tier 8. None of this 7-8 BS, because that also hampers gameplay. You get, you know, an a-hole New Mexico is not going to stand a chance against a C-hole Colorado. It just won't. So it does no good to have them in there. So I think that would help as well. Just having 1 tier level right there. So I think this guy's gone right about now. Yep, he's out of there. So now it's just me versus Arizona. And while I'm still trying to light him on fire, I'm not in a good spot because I'm very low on hit power. However, to my advantage, and there's a fire on him, which I think he puts out promptly. To my advantage, time is quickly running out. However, to my disadvantage, I am not paying attention to my surroundings. I'm just kind of more worried about running and keeping as low profile to this air zone as possible. And oops, here we go, look at that. Yeah, that's a giant rock right in front of my face. And there he shaves off some more hit points. And with time slowly running out, what do I do now? Well, I'm not going to give up, so I'm going to start backing up very, very slowly. I'm going to keep firing at him and just pray that he misses me. I know he's reloading right now, unfortunately being a battleship. If he was a cruiser right now, I'd be gone. He would have fired already, and that would have been the end of Zoup, and this would have just been one more loss among many. But fortunately, I got really, really, really lucky here, and you can see he missed again. Although he did take me within a gnat's hair of losing. Is that even a euphemism or colloquialism? Or I don't even know what I'm saying. A gnat's hair, whatever. He took me down to barely anything. And I'm just trying to get out of here before time runs out. He's probably going to be able to fire one more time. I just want to get as close to these rocks as possible. Turn the corner and put this win in the books, which is just about to happen here, and we win barely. So anyhow, Yorck, great ship for rank next season. If 7 is the highest, take a look at it. And again, those were my opinions on this season of rank. So love it or leave it. Let me know what you think. Put some comments in there. I'm always interested to know what my viewers say. Whether you disagree or not, I enjoy it all. Again, thanks for watching. This was NoZoupForYou, and hope you enjoyed it. I am out.